everyone, Lazy Chef here. What we're doing today is a very special dish with rice called the beef rice. Now, as you can see, what I'm doing is slicing the beef in very thin layer, one by one. You cannot rush, but this is the best way to do it. So what I've done with the beef is I bought any sort of joint of the beef and I put it in the freezer for 48 hours minimum, and then I leave it out in the room temperature for about half an hour, and I use my slicing tool and with a 2mm thickness. And now we prepare the sauce. So you can see I put some shallot and I put some spring onions and half spoons of mirin, and I also have some brown sugar in there. If you want to be sweet, you can put 1 full spoon, but just like me, I put half. And now I put some white spirit into the mixture. You can use sake, you can use any sort of rice spirit, or you can use white wine. It's all up to you. Now we just let it cook, and we're gonna put soy sauce, which is about 2% of it. So what this is for is I need to cook this with high heat and make it bubbly, so that the shallot and spring onion flavor come out to the liquid. So, and at the end I put 2 cups of water in there, because when you cooked it in high heat, some of the liquid will be evaporated. So, and then it can become very salty, so you make sure that it doesn't get too salty after it's cooked, so you always taste them. What this is for is while we cook the beef, I will show you later, we cook the beef slice by slice. So I just put my pan next to it, and I put some spring onion at the bottom of it. The reason why the spring onion is there and it's not in lovely shape is because I wanted to make sure my beef doesn't touch the bottom of the pan or just get cooked too fast. Main thing is to slow cook it and don't boil it. See, I cooked it one by one, so the pan is suitable for 3 slices. So this is what I do. So on the right hand side you can see the liquid is bubbling, it's being boiled and it's hot enough. So at some point we need to turn the heat off on the right hand side of the soy sauce pan and just let it cool down a little bit. So let's do 100%. So it just needs the skills, so we're gonna keep doing it because we're doing it slice by slice. So at the beginning, because the soy sauce liquid is still hot, so you don't need to coat the beef on the boiled water for too long. So you can leave it a little bit pink and then you put it in the sauce and then it will be cooked. The main thing is you don't cook this too long or high heat, so you just basically poach it, and that makes sure the texture of the beef are tender enough. So let's do another one. So we do 3 by 3, well, we call it 1 by 1, 3, but you can use wagyu beef if you want to. Although mine looks like wagyu beef, but it's actually a very cheap joint that I bought on the Christmas deal. So this is what I call the roasting joint. So they're not fat layer, they're not marbling, they are basically the tendon. But because I thin slice cut it, and it just make it so tender, and it's just a special way to cook to make it so tender as well. So now we do it one by one, and then the soy sauce will poach coat this, and you just need to give a good mix in there, and you can have a little taste at this time, probably about 30 seconds or 40 seconds, and you can see the beef is all cooked through inside out, and it's good to serve with rice. So now we got a bowl of rice, just normal boiled rice. I use Japanese rice because I like it granular. and they're juicy, they're good with soup, and they're good with sauce. So I just need to put the beef on the rice, and once that's done, I also on the side preparing some sliced carrot into the water that I was cooking the beef. And then once the beef is in, if you want to put a little bit more, you put a little bit more in there, that's fine. And now we've got carrot in there, and then we just make sure the carrot go in there beautifully. It's not for the show, but you know, I like to make the food look good, but I just still trying to improve my skills on decorating. So leave a comment below, and if you got any sort of idea of how to decorate the food. I can assure you this tastes already so good. So this is the tea stain egg I put in there. Use same sort of ingredient, but just put the egg in there. So now this is the seaweed that I dipped in vinegar solution earlier, which also makes it extra tasty. So now we get some spring onions onto it, and this just make it look nicer. And then the final step is to put the liquid in there, which is the sauce. So it's already quite salty, so you don't need to put too much in there. And the reason why the sauce is there just to keep the beef moist when we serve. And I hope you enjoy this video, and if you like it, please subscribe and have a nice day. Goodbye.